Hello, good morning. So happy to have you here. So I just wanted to make this little video today to show you a little bit of all the things that I've kind of collected over the years as a medical esthetician, things that have really transformed my skin. I'll put some before photos here, but basically you can't really see it now, and this is no makeup by the way, but my scarring has definitely lessened a whole lot, probably about 80%. And I've gone through many skin treatments, procedures to have that, look the way it does. But when it wasn't like that, I became an esthetician because my skin was just like absolutely ruined. I couldn't go out. I couldn't work at Starbucks, even though I was one of their girls, I couldn't work there because my face was too bad looking. And I don't blame them. I mean, no one wants to get coffee served from a crusty faced girl who's healing and pussy and sores all over, and it just was ugly. So that happened from a brand, I won't say who, but those hyperpigmentation, those sores, those scars were left by a skin company, and I ended up going to the doctor to talk to them about it, for them to tell me that I had a chemical burn all over my face and neck, and it took forever to heal. It took probably about 6 months in general just for my skin to heal its barrier. That wasn't even pigmentation, texture, scarring, anything. So it really took me going into aesthetics and finally learning about my skin rather than just assuming about my skin. I thought skin was so easy to figure out. I thought it's this for this product and it's this for this product, and it really don't complicate it, keep it simple, stupid. But I've learned just so much from my time of going throughout school and skincare and maintenance, and I really just kind of want to help break the barrier between good and great skin, because I know it's achievable. And I personally am going to show you my entire routine, what I use, what I do, how I use them, when I use them, and we're just going to kind of go from here. Now, do you need every single one of these products? You're going to be different from me. Chances are you're probably not going to need every single one of these products. However, there is a method to the madness, and when it comes to skincare, the devil is in the details. So we want to make sure that everything we're doing is sanitary and hygienic, and you are not cross-contaminating bacteria with your face. That is a huge no-no. If you're in the shower using a washcloth, using it on your face and in your intimate areas, stop that. Don't do that. If you are, I don't know, if you go get a dermaplane done and you come home and you don't change your pillowcase, that's a big no-no, because all of that hair and skin that we just took off your face, bacteria is just coming right back onto. And there's a method to the madness. Trust me, it may seem over the top. In a way it is, but this is just this is my approach to self-care, and it has taken me a very long time to feel comfortable within my body, and I've always spent a lot of my childhood and even my teen years just really obsessed with being skinny, being stick thin and pretty face, and it was my biggest insecurity to have anything less than. But after going to school and realizing that, hey, you can use your brain, So I'm gonna give you a couple of secrets, a couple of ideas, if you will, and we're just gonna go through it. And you'll have to excuse me because it is a mess. I kind of just willingly did this on a whim. Something in the stars today was telling me to sit down and to make this, so I told myself I would. So as far as skin health is concerned, I try to keep a regimen of, and this is my personal skin, your skin may be different, so always, huge disclaimer, your skin may be different than my skin, and it may have different needs than my skin. It may have different reactions than my skin. So that is something to keep in mind. Just because this works for me does not guarantee that it's going to work for you. However, that being said, if you have interest in any of these treatments, you can come, ask me, send me a picture of your skin. Say, hey, is this anything I need to worry about? Or hey, can I treat this with this? And I'm so happy to just point you in the right direction. I've gotten familiar with a lot of brands, and that's one thing as an esthetician is I've worked with many brands. I've worked with Face Reality, I've worked with Skin Better, I've worked with Elastin, I've worked with Skin Medica, I'm even forgetting the other ones. PCA, Dermalogica, that kind of thing. But something that really sits with me is I really care to see clinicals. I really want to see the product that they're telling you this works for you. I want to see that it works. And that is why I'm huge. I will die on the hill for Skin Better. They absolutely saved my skin. They were my Valentine this year. I love them so very much. And just the simple amount of products that I've used have literally transformed my skin. So yeah, I have a little bit of everything today. Oh, Hydrinity, that's another one. I've kind of worked all over the map with different brands, and we're just gonna talk about different things that you can do in order to maintain skin health and to just unlock your best skin possible. So with that being said, that's what I'm here for. But coffee break. Coffee break. So I just want to start with, I'm gonna save the products for last. Right now, I just want to kind of go through things that I have implemented into my routine that have really helped change my skin. So first thing, we're gonna start off because this is the absolute thing that I love most in the world. And I apologize for my products not being more clean. I really didn't wipe them down. I just kind of grabbed them and got ready for this video. So. First up, I know I just said I'm gonna do products first, but this one I have to talk about this. So this body oil, Neutrogena. Oh my God. So there was my life before I found this, and then there was my life after I found this. So this is a fantastic oil to just add to your bath, even if you're in the shower, pump a couple pumps in your hand, rub all over your body, and basically, when you think about it, and I'm sure we've all learned this in school, but water and oil repel each other, right? So it's one of those things that when you put it in the bath, the water is repelling the oil, so the oil is going to go and stick to you instead. Of course, what you can do also is when you take a shower, just briefly wipe off any water droplets that you have, taking a pump of oil and rubbing it in. That's gonna leave a dehydration. And we love that. It's a light sesame formula. So I personally have tried a lot of different body oils, most of them being like Jergen and like those cocoa body oils. I now realize that I was never really using them properly. And this one, the cocoa oil was just too heavy for my skin. It was just too heavy. It left me feeling sticky. But the sesame formula is literally so light that you put it into your bath, you come out, you feel softer, but nothing has necessarily changed other than the oil has been laying on your skin. And it's really good to just keep your skin moisturized. And not only that, but let's say, what if you were to say to me, hey Elena, I need a lotion. What kind of lotion would you recommend for me? Well, I'd have to tell you that I personally really love the CeraVe. Yes. Don't ever, CeraVe People like to think it's just drugstore, so it doesn't do much. Here's the thing, it's a very gentle line. When you are paying a gentle price, you are paying for a gentle formula. That's just the way of the world. Now, is every bottle like that? No, because some bottles are complete ripoffs. But CeraVe is the vanilla of all skincare. I'd rather you have it than not have it. I'd rather you use it than use nothing at all. But it is a CeraVe salicylic lotion for rough and bumpy skin, which is really, really great for anyone who has KP. And for anyone who doesn't know what that is, Elena, what is KP? I'm so glad you asked. It's keratosis pilaris, which is a fancy way of saying chicken skin. So it's the texture that you kind of get on the back of your arms, on the back of your legs. I personally get this. I know my sister and my brother-in-law, we all kind of suffer from it. We're living with it, I should say. But keratosis pilaris is basically when your skin is shedding too much skin cells, and that buildup is causing your hair follicle to not be able to breathe, and it's basically, causing a lesion. It's creating a problem to the skin. It's not breathing as well as it should be. And that's from a lack of exfoliating. So just a lack of general rubbing of the skin. Now, when we think of the skin, we know it's an organ. And what else do we know about the organ? But basically in aesthetics, they tell you that when you are exfoliating your skin, you are triggering your immune system to be like, hey, you just lost these cells. We need to get down here and work. We need to make some new cells. We're in the area that we just lost cells. And so exfoliation is really key in helping texture, hyperpigmentation, and just overall maintenance of your skin. And there's many different ways to exfoliate. You can have a physical exfoliator, which I have right here. And I'll talk about this in a little bit. You can use a chemical exfoliator. Ampules, that's what they're called. It just came to me. Dermalogica ampules. So they're just kind of like they're more for mature skin, but it's one of those things that you can just kind of put on your hand with gloves, rub into your skin, take off after about 5-10 minutes. You can do it with steam if you really prefer, to kind of enhance the effects. But basically when you exfoliate, you're keeping your skin young. So the more that we rub off that rough skin, the more new, healthier cells are going to take that place. So your skin is always regenerating. And the thing with that is when you age, your cell turnover rate, which is what we call that, slows because we're getting older, right? Now babies are super, super resilient because you see them and they're being babies and they get a scratch on their cheek or their chin or their forehead. And it seems like within a matter of hours, like within the first day, it seems like it's going away. And that's because their cell turnover rate is very, very high. Now, it's not going to be the same for, let's say, a person in their 60s, right? It's gonna have slowed a lot. Even when you turn 20, it's starting to slow. And that's not to scare you. That's not to scare you into buying products or anything, but it is a way to just let you know, hey, logically, as we age, some things are gonna slow within our body. Our metabolism, that's another thing. Cell turnover rate, that's another one. It's gonna take longer for us to recover. It's gonna be harder for us it'll just be harder on our system, on our bodies, because we're not as young and spry as we used to be. Now, exfoliation. I do love it. I personally love getting dermaplaning. I couldn't find my handle, but I did find the box that I am using of surgical blades. Now, why do I say it's an in-office procedure? Because you should not dermaplane your face with a surgical scalpel if you are not certified. It is a surgical scalpel. It is a treatment. It is something you get done to you, not something you should be doing to yourself. And the reason I say that isn't because people aren't good at it. but it's because your face has so many curves. So many curves. Now personally, I've tried to dermaplane myself and I am certified. And guess what? I've cut myself so many times. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Pay $20 to go to a salon, sit down, have them cleanse your skin, use a hot towel, and then get all the right angles of scraping off that hair. Because when you're laying down and back, all of this is open. But when you're trying to dermaplane, especially on yourself, you get here, oh honey, good luck. Good luck. So I'm just one of those people that I'm like, even though you can do it on your own, really doesn't mean you should. Also, while we're on this topic, talking about those at-home devices or those at-home dermaplaning blades, those are proven to cause acne to get worse. And the reason that is because it's a duller blade. It's pulling. It's not cutting through anything. It's more pulling your hair. It's more pulling your skin. And yes, while you do get a similar reaction, it's not going to be nearly the result that you would get just going to an office and having you dermaplaned properly. I know it's a bit temptation to be like, oh, well, someone always leaves a spot. Someone always leaves a spot and I always find it here. And it's like, but that's fine. Tell them, bring it up to them, start a conversation about it. But you have nothing but a blade right here. Honey, if you be safe, don't do it. Just don't do it. Have somebody else do it for you. Pay the money, it is worth it. Just go book an appointment for a dermaplane. Book an appointment. It is a treatment. Oh, that's where I was going with this. So, where you see those, I'm sure we've all heard of microdermabrasion. If you haven't, it's basically a machine that can be used wet or dry to exfoliate the skin. It has a diamond tip typically, which has different grits that you can slide onto the face for different people's sensitivity. And you can get a really kind of like quote unquote aggressive exfoliating treatment. It also has a vacuum, so it's pulling all of that gunk and everything out of that pore into that tube. So it really is like a diamond-tipped handpiece vacuum, if you will, that you kind of slide. Again, if you are not certified, do not use it. If you can get this product from Walmart, do not use it. If you can get this product from, Kmart, Target, please do not use it. I guarantee you that has not been through the proper studies and the proper trials to be on the shelves. Hey guys, Editing Elena here. I just wanted to show you this, but I found a picture of a before and after of that company that is alleging that their microdermabrasion handpiece works. And you cannot look at this picture and tell me it is not just fucking airbrushed. The lips, the nose, the hairs on the fucking chin, give it away. All they did was airbrush this picture. They really thought they were doing something. Pisses me off. Typically, you get what you pay for. And when you buy those machines, they're gonna be, sometimes the suction is really, really too hard. Sometimes it leaves bruising. Sometimes it breaks capillaries and blood vessels. Sometimes if you do not know what you are doing, you can cause a lot of damage to your skin. And like I said, the devil is in the details. So if you're going to do something that, you really want to get a microdermabrasion treatment, fine, research it. Research the salons. Also, that's another thing. I'm just gonna keep venting. This is just my esthetician rant. When you are going to a medical spa, to a med spa that has lasers or doesn't, and this, that, and the other, if it's a new place, if it's an old place, it's been there for years, business license. Make sure they have their business license, because you'd think that, you know, they kind of get found out for that, but it's come to like, in my small circle, we're dealing with that very thing, trying to open our new med spa right now. We're waiting for it to open, and it's pretty much done. But the previous med spa that was there illegally for 7 years. And because they didn't have any record of that, that's now our problem. So they were doing, I'm pretty sure they were doing liposuction, they were doing injectables, they were like, just please make sure, for the love of God, they are certified, they have their business license, they have their occupancy amount, make sure they've been through all the fucking checks and trials and everything. Make sure they're not dingy, not sketchy, not spotty. Also, I'm just kind of rambling, but in this new wave of estheticians and injectors kind of being on the rise as far as jobs, don't let just anyone give you filler, please. Please, if aesthetics is something that you're thinking about, you're going into, and you really, really want it done, and oh gosh, I feel I would just be a little bit happier if I had just like a little bit of neurotoxin, or just like a little bit of lip filler, or a little bit of like jawline filler, or a little bit of this. And it's like, yes, however, just because they can inject you does not mean they should. And another thing, not to scare anybody, but injectors who are coming out of school, I think only have to take like a 1 or 2 day course to become certified as injectors. And of course you have to be a nurse, depending on the state that you're in. But typically you have to be a nurse, you have to know how to, you know, inject. But typically, a lot of them are so new that they don't have a whole lot of practice underneath their belts. And then they're trying to go and get jobs at med spas. And they really don't have any portfolio. Now, I don't believe that's a reason to discriminate. Wow. I don't think that's a reason to discriminate. Now, I don't think we need to discriminate against people who don't have a built portfolio from coming out of school. That is what they went to school to do, was to be trained, to learn. So everyone, especially starting out in aesthetics, injecting, whatever it is, you're gonna have a lull. You're gonna have a period in time where you may not be having so many people and being able to work on so many people. That doesn't mean that you're not good at what you do. It just comes to show that with experience, typically trust who you're doing. Don't let just anyone inject you, even if it's your best friend, Sally, and she just got certified and she swears to God she knows what she's doing because she watched a YouTube video on how to inject cheek filler. Oh my God, can't believe I even have to say that, but that's a thing. Don't let just anyone do it. Make sure what they do well. And a really good rule of thumb when it comes to having any sort of procedures, injections done, is just the best work is the work that is non-noticeable. It's the work that you can even tell has been done. You might have like an inkling, but like the best work is the work that you cannot tell has been done. At least that's what I've heard. Not everyone shares that opinion. I know some people really, really love their filler, and Godspeed, you know. It's just a personal preference. I think, for me personally, I just, it's really easy to overdo it on the filler. And when you have multiple injectors who think who are learning, they're training, who think they know what they're doing, just don't let anybody inject you. Just learn about them, see the work they've done, make that educated decision for yourself. Check out the spa, the salon. Does it seem nice? Is it clean? Is it hygienic? Is it set up well? That's a really other big thing. Is it set up well? I'm so sorry, I'm gonna do a coffee break. God, at this point, I feel like I'm gonna get nothing done. Well, okay, so back to skincare. Sorry, I gotta tell my young girls that. Okay, so back to it. Exfoliating. Yes, that's where we left off. So dermaplaning. What that does is it's taking off the vellus hair and the stratum corneum layer of your skin, which is the outermost skin layer, and you're basically scraping it off with a scalpel, very nice, very gently. A good dermaplaning blade can basically take the peach fuzz off of a peach. That's how fine those hairs are. That's why it needs to be super sharp, so it actually cuts through all of those hairs. And if you were to use something that's going to be more blunt, it's going to tug, it's going to create micro cuts, it's going to leave basically cuts in your barrier that can basically prone you to infection. If you have any sort of open cut in your skin, honey, your chances of infection go extremely high. Now, exfoliation. So, body care. What do I use to exfoliate for body care? I'm so glad you asked. So, I was given this. This is a Skin Medica, basically body brush. You can kind of see, I'll actually kind of show you up close, if it can even. So, these white points here, these are for lymphatic drainage. These bristles, my partner likes to call this my horse hair brush, girl brush that I just like to brush myself with. He always goes, "Are you a horse?" I'm like, yee. It's not. That's whatever. Okay. So, brush. This is really, really great for exfoliation. You can see a whole lot of dense brushes, and these little points right here are for lymphatic drainage. Now, you may be asking yourself, Elena, what is lymphatic drainage? I'm so happy you asked. So, your lymphatic system is basically in your body. You have multiple different lymph nodes throughout your body. I think you have either 4 or 6. I believe you have, I think it's 6. I'm pretty sure you have 2 here, and then 2 kind of on your inner thigh. And what are those for? So your lymphatic movement, the whole reason that we push fluid through the skin is because as time goes on and as we age, when parts of our body have been neglected, especially not receiving the proper maintenance or care or attention that they need, what can happen is your blood can get kind of stagnant. So if you've seen, and this is not for everybody, but this is just kind of an example. If you have seen kind of more kind of me, I'm kind of more wide-jawed, I look a little puffy, you see a little bit of stuff here, that's all fluid. And it's fat too, but it's mostly fluid. So what you can do is, if you haven't, gua sha. You can do your entire body with a gua sha. I actually have, so I have this gua sha, which is Dermalogica. I got it in school, I'm pretty sure. And you move and drain, and you move and drain. Now, I can give a tutorial on this in the future. However, lymphatic, whenever you hear it, people will just say, oh, it's removing toxins. And my smart ass brother-in-law at Christmas was just kind of telling me yeah, but what are those toxins? And it's well, your body has toxins, just kind of like your kidney. Your kidney is flushing out toxins. Don't ask me to get into specifics. I don't fucking know. But in school, they trained us that when doing lymphatic drainage on faces, on like necks, décolletés, it can actually take down puffiness. And the reason that's happening is because you're moving the fluid in the skin and you're kind of bringing circulation back here. You're helping move and drain and move and drain, and that can kind of help accentuate the face's natural shape, especially if you're prone to bloating or if you just have a lot of puffiness in your face. Gua sha can be really, really great. I also have my body piece right here. You can kind of see how it has soft side that I use on my thighs, and then this is for a more intense gua sha treatment. Now, what do I use with this? You can use your lotion with it, like I was talking about earlier, that CeraVe with salicylic acid, or I like using this. Some nights I just have a mood where, I'm not even kidding, I just go and I meditate for a little bit, and then once I'm done with my meditation, I grab my body oil and I grab this and I start doing my entire body of just like lymphatic drainage. And I always feel better the next day. It's crazy how much, like, if you pay attention and you really put pressure and you really feel it moving, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Of you just kind of feel the fluid that has been there previously just moving. And that's always really, really good. I believe that also helps with lymphedema, however you pronounce it. Coffee break. While I'm just kind of showing you a couple more of my gizmos and gadgets, I'm gonna kind of go off on a tangent and I'll tie it all together in the end. I promise. If you're still here. Oh my god, thanks. So, these I have gotten. They're just little rose quartz rollers. These are really, really great. Keep in your freezer, in your fridge. I personally had a skincare fridge that I just keep in my bathroom. I ended up messing with the fan on it, and so I have to get a new one. But it's fine. I've been keeping these in the freezer. But basically, these are doing a very similar thing that the gua sha is doing, where it's a form of lymphatic drainage, but it's utilizing cold. It's utilizing these quartz, and these quartz have depuffing properties. So this one especially, just drag right under your eye. And what you can do is, depending on the product that you're using, I personally, actually I'll get into that at the end. I'll come back to that. I also have my ice globes. Same thing, very good for just depuffing, icing. Any irritation that comes up from your facial lymphatic drainage, if you're doing extractions, anything like that, ice is always your best friend for irritation. Ice is like perfect for inflammation. It just helps take down any of that swelling, right? Which is what inflammation is. It's just swelling. It's inflamed. But when it comes to like small cuts or burns or anything like that, you're gonna want to use hydrocortisone. I also forgot to tell you, I have two. So I have the rose quartz for like depuffing properties, and I also have the stainless steel. Sometimes I will just use this in the tub, like when I'm all lathered in cleanser, and just rub. Always make sure that you're rubbing into the direction of your lymph node. That's basically the general premise. However, this is like a technique that has been used for thousands and thousands of years in China. I try to practice holistic healing, and so any opportunity that I have to learn about a different form of self-care or a different technique, I'm very interested in, even if I may not be the quote-unquote demographic. I still like to educate in my sense. I still like to educate myself in that sense, regardless. So I've watched tutorials, I've seen how it's done, I've asked many people, I've gone to school, I've learned all of the points, but just know that I'd be happy to show you, just don't expect perfect. That should be like the motto of this channel. When you come here, just don't expect perfect. Okay? Okay. Now, last thing you're gonna ask me. Elena, you can do gua sha for your entire body. What about your scalp? Honey, I'm so happy you asked. Because yes, you can. This is my jade comb. This is what I use. There's so many different ways that you can use this depending on your preference. This has helped bring blood circulation to my head so much. It's like really encouraged hair growth. Basically, when you're doing gua sha, like I said, you're bringing blood to that area that you're scraping, and your blood has all of your nutrients. So especially when you're thinning on your hair or just in spots where you feel like you need a little more stimulation, if you will, just take a jade comb. You can either zigzag it or just drag it. I like to zigzag. I like the way that feels. And then also this is part of a drainer. So there's multiple different things that you can do. This is really, really nice. I would love to make a video on New Derma, because I've personally used them and I have fallen in love, and I'm gonna buy it next opportunity I get. So, my last two. Okay, my last two little gizmos and gadgets. I like to use these when I have eye pads on, when I have like eye mask pads. It's really nice. I've ran out of them, but I have been using the Skin Medica Instant Bright, and you literally just put it underneath, and I would just go over top with these, leave them on for about 15 minutes. I personally am one of those people that I'm like, I'll just kind of leave them on until I feel like I'm good. Sometimes I just feel like sometimes there needs to be a full saturation to the skin, which can take like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So I try to leave it on for a little bit longer. Now, just because you can doesn't mean you should, depending on the product you're using, when you're using it, what time of night, especially in such delicate eye area, you can do some damage. So just make sure that you are being safe. If anything feels weird, stinging and tingly and not right, trust your gut, trust your body, take it off. We are not neglecting, and I hate to see it, so please don't do it. The last place that we are not neglecting on our body of exfoliation is our feet. Oh my God. Again, don't use tools you don't know how to use. You can cut your skin if you don't know what you're doing, so make sure that you're being gentle and you're being careful. But we have exfoliated from our face to our neck, to our chest, all over our body, to our scalp, also the feet. You can also use these on your hands. I do, kind of lightly. Again, it's just kind of like a cheese grater. And then you have two different sides. That's the medium side, that's the fine side. And it just helps to buff. And it's, like I said, the more that you utilize your cell turnover rate while you're young, the more you're gonna be so happy you did when in, your mature years. Next thing, wet brush, dry brush, wet brush, dry brush, wet brush. Okay, now that you're with me. I just had to have the class say it with me. So this is what I use in the shower. This is what I use if I just need like a really quick scrub. I don't really use soap. Now, not to be like a ew, I mean, I use body cleansers. I feel like that can be more gentle on the skin than just a bar of soap. Typically, like I've mentioned before, you pay for what you get. So when you get a really cheap soap that's a dime a dozen, it's not gonna have the best properties in aiding your skin. So just know that with the oil and the lotion, you should be relatively fine. But this is what I use, so I use it to get everywhere. Just put a little bit of cleanser on, scrub anywhere that's just kind of like protruding out, and that kind of rounds, like your ankles, your knees, your elbows. Make sure you give those extra attention. Those are often neglected. So make sure that when you're, especially just kind of rubbing lotion or anything on your body, when you feel right here in your wrist, make sure you just rub a little bit more. When you feel, I don't know, like your elbow, rub a little bit more. Just because all of that bending right there, you need to give it a little bit more attention to make sure it's staying as healthy as possible. But wet brush, dry brush. You do not use dry brush in bath. You use wet brush in bath. You use dry brush, kind of like gua sha, like I was mentioning earlier. You just kind of use it on your body prior to going into the shower or the bath or what have you. So dry brush, gua sha, I always like to do them typically before a bath. And then do bath, get in with like a little more exfoliant if I'm feeling it. But in the days that I don't want to use my dry brush, I use my wet brush. So that's what I do. Okay, so let's also, I wanted to throw this in there too. I almost forgot about this. What is this? Why should you use this? This is a physical exfoliator. It has a silicone head, so it doesn't harbor any bacteria, but so you can hear it. Whenever you are putting cleanser on your face and you're trying to get a deeper exfoliation, this is really nice. So this is by Biotherapeutic. Amazing technology. This is the BT Sonic. I have 2 of these personally. I love using them on clients. I love using them on myself. But if you're in the shower and you're just kind of like, God, I hate washing my face. It takes forever to wash my face. Just chill. And this helps vibrate gunk out of your pores. I think it's at like 6,000 ultrasonic waves or something like that. But basically when you are having this going, you're rubbing it on your skin, it's creating all of those wiggles throughout the channels of your skin. So it's getting deeper in places that, it's getting deeper, it's actually pressing into those pores, which is what we want. Because I'd rather you use a gadget like this and just, like I said, press, be gentle, press into the pores, press, all of that will come on out. This is fantastic. It has kept me clear of blackheads for a long time. Now, I'll get into my regimen in just a second. But this I use in the shower. It's water repellent. It's not waterproof, so just keep that in mind. But this is really, really great if you just have a cleanser. I'll even show you, I'll come back to this actually. So, as far as other treatments that we can get in office, we've talked about dermaplane. Now I want to talk a little bit about microneedling. Who is it good for? Why would you need it? Microneedling is a really great device. I personally am trained under Skin Pen, and I will live and die by them. I love them so much. It's a treatment where, of course, you have basically a handheld device with needles at the tip that you can control the depth when going into the skin, and you are piercing the skin, creating micro channels of trauma. Now, it sounds scary. Yes. Are you numb for it? Yes, you are. Ideally, you would not be numb, you know. I don't think anyone would want a face tattoo without any numbing. You know, you have the hyperpigmentation that's just kind of like in patches, you know. Skin Pen basically goes in and it's creating trauma. And like we talked about the cell turnover rate earlier, when you're healing, it takes about 4 minutes for those channels that have been created during the session to close. So it's one of those things that it sounds scary, but your skin actually starts healing relatively quickly. So by the time that you actually walk out of your session, most of your face is like done initially healing. Typically. I feel like I have to give disclaimers to everything. It is really good for softening texture. If you're someone who has the texture of just kind of like dimpled skin pen is a really great option. If you have fine lines, skin pen is a really great option. If you are just looking to overall elevate your skin health, microneedling is a really great procedure. There's like minimal downtime. It's actually really gentle. I have done it once, and I'll also put pictures of when I was doing, when I had my microneedling done, and I was numb, but not as numb as I should have been. So heed my warning when I say make sure you're numb. Another thing, chemical peels. Oh my God, Elena, chemical peels. Where do I start? What are they for? I'm happy you asked. Chemical peels. They are obviously a chemical solution that, when applied to the skin, has a chemical reaction to pigment. Think of it this way. If you were to apply alcohol to your face, you get the 4x4 wet, you put it all over your face, that kind of thing. You're gonna feel very dry, right? It's a very similar premise, but using a chemical solution. That's obviously not alcohol, but it's formulated specifically for treating different things within the skin. So we have some chemical peels that are really, really fantastic for pigment. We have some chemical peels that are really, really great for melasma. I personally love the VI peel. That is just kind of like, I have never seen a result from VI peel that did not look great. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Now, chemical peels are really, really nice because you can basically just kind of go, get them done. You'll be in and out of the office within like half an hour, 45 minutes if that. Typically it's gonna be a cleanse, steam towel, extractions stuff if needed. And then I'm personally one of those people that I think sometimes doing extractions can do more harm than good. So you need to, again, know who you're going to. So you're not creating more trauma to the skin by doing unnecessary extractions. I'm one of those people that I'm like, if it comes to extractions, I say try it twice, and if it doesn't come out on the second try, some people give it a third try, but I tend to find that when you kind of go into the same spot a third time, that's when the skin get really pissed off. So I have a 2 tries you're out, basically. So we're always safe and we're always gentle while leaving minimal amount of trauma. Chemical peels. I personally have been trained with the PCA peels. I'm a huge fan of PCA. The chemical peels have been amazing. I have personally used them on my face, on my body, everywhere you can really think of. You can get a chemical peel done, even in your intimate areas. You can have those done. Always make sure that it's done by a professional. Say it with me. Always done by a professional. Because seriously, you don't want to get a really reactive chemical somewhere where it's going to hurt. So please, just spare yourself and just go get it done. Now, I have been told, well, not told, but when I was in training for PCA with those peels, you have, as the provider, you kind of take the client's skin into account of how they're reacting during the chemical peel. Now, if I have acne, can I get a chemical peel? Yes, you can. If I have active sores and lesions on my face, can I get chemical peels? Yes, you can, but make sure that you've discussed your options and picked the chemical peel that's best for you and what you're trying to treat. Face Reality has chemical peels that are really, really good to use on clients who have like problematic cystic acne. Also, I have done my Face Reality training. I'm still working on having my certificate given to me, but I have done the training. I have studied it, I have worked with it. So if anyone has questions about like Face Reality and Acne Bootcamp, I'd be happy to, again, just kind of point you in the right direction. Chemical peels basically are absorbing into all of the layers of skin. They can go down to your dermis. You have chemical peels that can be different depths. So you can have some that are just superficial. You can have some that are like a medium depth, which go to your dermis. And you can have like those really strong chemical peels that like go past, like all the way into your dermis. Let's say you get a chemical peel. Should you go into the sun for the next week? No. No, no, no. Should you get laser of any kind done? No, 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 no. Point is that when you have gotten a chemical peel, your skin may not feel like it, but it is sensitized. It is sensitized, it's thinner. When you are driving home from your chemical peel, make sure your face is covered. Make sure your face is out of direct sunlight. Sunlight is not compatible with chemical peels, okay? Now, if you add UVA, UVB rays to like shining down on skin that has been compromised, that is actively soaking in a chemical solution, and you are absorbing those UVA, UVB rays, they are going to create pigment, because pigment starts within the skin. So, if you get a chemical peel and you're trying to remove that pigment, and then you go out in the sun and you get pigment, I'm just saying, don't get in the mud and then complain you're dirty. You know, you have to take proper care. The devil is in the details. Aftercare is everything. Aftercare is everything. So just make sure if you get any sort of procedure done, a general rule of thumb, drink lots of water. Don't work out. Don't excess sweat. Don't take baths. Typically baths have like bacteria that can get into like open channels on your face. So just no sweating, no baths, no working out, and no being in the sun. And if you're gonna be in the sun, by the love of God, cover up and wear sunscreen every day. SPF is our BFF around here. So that's all I'm trying to say. Anyways, so while we're talking about chemical peels, general rules of thumb: sun is a no-no, working out is a no-no, lasers, anything, do not mix. That is especially true if you get a IPL treatment that's done with the laser. It's basically flashing light into the dermis and it's helping suppress reds and lift browns. So any pigment is going to come and actually kind of slough off of your skin. It actually kind of helps bring it up to the surface. Again, if you just got an IPL treatment done, do not go into the sun. If you just got a facial done, do not go into the sun. If you just got microneedling done, do not go into the sun. If you got chemical, do not go into the sun. The sun, no. Like, just please, 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 please. I know it may seem overkill and overboard, but like I've stressed before, it all builds on top of itself. The results just get better and better and better. So the more anal and strict you are on your routine, the better the results typically. So that's why, just as a medical esthetician, this is my world, you know, this is why I'm so wrapped up into it. When it comes to chemical peels, there's a big misconception of more passes that you do is going to make you peel like massive sheets. That is exactly a misconception. when it comes to your skin and it comes to peeling from chemical peels, it's one of those things that, like, as I've talked about earlier many times, you and I are different. How your skin reacts to that peel may not be the same way that I react to the peel. I have never gotten a chemical peel that has made me peel sheets before. Never. Now, there are chemical peels that can do that. They're specifically targeted for like melasma and stuff like that, but there are those peels. Now, just because you may be one of those people that gets a chemical peel done, and you don't really have a lot of peeling. If anything, you're just kind of dry, you're sloughing off, a little bit of dead skin, kind of like around here. Typically around here, you'll see it. Right in the T-zone is typically where I show it. It'll just kind of look like cracking. Now, a lot of people will freak out and be like, oh my God, the chemical peel didn't work. I got gypped. The chemical peel still worked. It's still actively working. It's just your skin didn't respond in the peeling way. And sometimes that happens. It's on a spectrum. It's a range. It'll be from really light sloughing of the skin to peeling sheets. And you may not be on either end of that spectrum. I'm not. I'm one of those people that I just kind of get like patches. I just get dry patches and then I'm fine. But that's also with the chemical peels that I have worked with and I have personally had done. Now, if you were to tell me like, Elena, when it comes to chemical peels, I really want one, but I can't be peeling. It has to be something really strong. I'm constantly on the go. I'm constantly traveling, doing this, that, and the other. Like, I have an event coming up. I want a chemical peel, but I don't want basically the peeling, the aspect of the peeling. And it's like, okay, well, this, hey, yeah, I got the bio repeal. So this is really awesome. So this is basically a quote unquote no peel peel. It is a gentle enough peel to where you can have it done 7 days. I think it's 4 times in 1 month. Every 7 to 10 days, you can get it done with microneedling. That's a really great one to also add bio repeal into. But basically you just apply the bio repeal and then you microneedle into the skin. Transformative results. Has a high percentage of TCA. You can basically see that. I want to show you part of the bottle can actually show. So you have this dark pigment up top and then you have this yellow pigment at bottom. So you have this blue and this yellow, and then you shake. When you marry these together, it turns to a beautiful green and it becomes active. So it's one of those things that, like, again, only get this done if 1, it suits your needs. 2, always check the esthetician who's doing it for you. 3, never do it on your own if you are not licensed or you do not know what you are doing. Please, 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 always be safe. Always err on the side of caution. Your face and your body is too valuable to be permanently messed up. So let's just avoid that. This is really great. This is a peel that you can have multiple times in 1 month. Typically, chemical peels are so sensitizing to your skin that you should only get one every 3-4 months. And typically, if you're going to get it done, same with your laser hair removal, anything like that, IPLs, the best time to do it is in the winter time. Everyone's inside. It's cold. Everyone's kind of hiding, hibernating. Just, if you're gonna do any skin treatments, I say it's always best to do it in the winter, especially here in Arizona, because like our summers do not fuck around. So just be sure you're doing everything you can. Okay, so now I think it's time to get into my products. So what does a night of just skincare look for me? So just putting this out there, I don't use these steps every single night. I don't use all of these steps every single night. I try to keep it simple most of the time. Typically, when it comes to the skin, less is more. So be sparing. But I'm gonna get into some of my favorite products. So when I actually have this headband on and my little wristlets, these are from Skin Better. I got these from like my new boss. She's so sweet. But I came in here because I washed my face. I have nothing on the skin aside from mascara. I brushed my brows through and I put on a little bit of Vaseline. So I would love to kind of show you and tell you about what I use just in general. So when I'm going to wash my face, I love a good cleanser. A lot of people tend to go overboard on cleansers. Again, I'm one of those people. Keep it simple, stupid. A major thing that a lot of people have in common is dehydration of the skin. So if you can get a hydrating cleanser, that's always a plus. I believe there's another one by Glymed that it smells like blood oranges. It's just divine. But hydrating cleanser is always nice. You don't need to stress too much on the cleanser overall, like it's just going to be stripping your skin. Now, how do you tell if your cleanser is over stripping your skin? Well, if you have ever been one of those people, I'm guilty of it too. If you have ever been one of those people to be in the shower and be like, you know, I ran out of cleanser, I really don't have much, I'm just gonna use bar soap. Again, this is years ago, but yeah, I would. So I would basically get bar soap, lather it up, apply it on my face, just kind of help, you know, get oil, gunk, etc. off the skin. If you have ever washed your face and your skin has felt tight, like it kind of hurts to move and to smile, you have thrown off your skin's pH balance. Basically, whatever was in that was so chemically acidic that you are throwing off the pH balance of your actual skin, which I believe is like 4.5 to 5.5. I'm pretty sure that's like the sweet spot. So anything too acidic is just gonna be like a huge no. So I've used everything from Skin Better's cleansing gel, which I truly love, to their foaming cleanser. That's one of my personal favorites, honestly. I love a soft foamy cleanser. I love seeing how the cleanser foams. That's my favorite part of cleansing. I don't know why it is. I just feel like, ooh, bubbles, you know? But it's whatever works for you. Some people like the kind of like aloe-based cleansers where it's just really gentle, hydrating, that kind of thing. But yeah, so cleanser, always just make sure you are not neglecting the hairline. Always make sure you're moving it up your neck, onto your décolleté, kind of addressing this whole situation. Skin here is thinner, so here needs more protection. It is thinner, it moves more, it's prone to crepiness, so just literally like be gentle on your neck, please. Do not drag down. Just bring up, you know? So that's just for application. Anyways, so I'm in the shower, I do my cleanser, so good. Now, if you're like Elena, I'm one of those people that I need a really scrubby cleanser. I like scrubbies. Honey, I got you. I'm personally out of this product right now, but I have a product for you. And it is called Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant. So not only is it like, it basically comes out as like sugar, you know, it's like a sugar consistency, a little bit lighter. But basically what you can do is you can get a fan brush and a little bowl, put a little bit in there and a little bit, again, less is more. It's an expensive product, so be sparing. So let's say you just kind of have like a gel cleanser and you can put a little bit of microfoliant in it. Then you just have a scrubby cleanser. And then you can get everywhere, and it's getting deep exfoliation. Not only are you getting physical, but you're getting chemical. So you're having 2 exfoliations at the same time, which is really great. The chemical exfoliation just kind of helps lift any skin cells that are still left behind. And then the physical scrub is like really getting into your pores and helping clean everything out. I'm one of those people, I really love scrubbies. I love scrubbies. Now, don't go overboard. Again, do not go overboard. However, it is gentle enough to be used every single day. So if you're one of those people that wears a lot of makeup, or if you just kind of generally sweat a lot, or excrete a lot of oil or anything like that, and you're just like, I need to feel cleansed, like thoroughly like cleansed and scrubbed, the microfoliant is perfect. It's gentle enough to be used every day. It's gentle enough to be used on your lips as a lip scrub. It's gentle enough to be used literally anywhere on your body. It really helps with keratosis pilaris. They have different types of microfoliant. They have the microfoliant, which is standard. They have the superfoliant, which is for like more mature, kind of like 30 and up. And then they have a milkifoliant, which I believe is just for sensitive skin who, you know, is just really soothing instead of scrubbing. So, again, with me in the shower, blah, 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 washing my face. I do my cleanser, add a little bit of scrubby, microfoliant, scrub my face. Oh, doing good. Now, if you don't have the microfoliant, again, that's all optional. This, we're just gonna come back to this. Pushing this into the skin, it's not gonna harbor any bacteria, so really don't be afraid to like get into places with this. But anywhere that is hard to reach, you are going to want to get close to. Nothing in the eye, but really just short circles, and just take your time. When it comes to washing our face, I find that a lot of people tend to rush it because they're just kind of like, whatever, it's just my face. But again, like I've said many times, the devil is in the details. So the more time you take to be more thorough and cleanse thoroughly, the better your results are going to be. It's just the more attention that you pay to your skin, the better that it's going to get. So this, really great, helping push any sort of cleanser into the pores, helps clean out, helps shake any grossness out, which is really great. I did kind of miss a step already. There's always a step before cleaning and cleansing, and that is prepping. So if you are one of those people who, like I said, wears a lot of makeup, has a lot of built up on the skin, if you produce a lot of oil, a lot of sebum, anything like that, this is the Daily Cleansing Oil from PCA. Oh my gosh. If I could just, I wish I could just have you guys smell this. It smells like rose. It smells so good. Cherry, that's what it is. If you're like, Elena, why would I need an oil cleanser? What's the point in that? What is the point in putting oil on your face before you just cleanse your face? I'm glad you asked. So like I said, if you produce a lot of oil, as we talked earlier, water and oil repel each other, right? So with that being said, oil attracts what? Oil. So if you're producing a lot of oil, if you are someone who has a lot of oil production, it just happens, like there are those skin types. I'm a combination skin, so personally, my outside of my skin is really, really dry, but I tend to get breakouts right in here where, you know, my pores are a little bit bigger, obviously. This, you don't have to use all over the face. You can just use it in the areas where you are oily. But before even cleansing, let's take this a whole step back. I'm sorry. Before cleansing, you use this. It's similar to micellar water, but you won't be putting it on a pad. You literally just, with a dry face, squirt it onto your hand, rub, and I like to do a thorough massage. Again, oil attracts oil, so you don't have to be sparing. Like, you can really work it into areas. It may feel wrong. Some people, I'm one of those people, it feels weird to put oil on my face. I'm not used to it. I typically associate oil with breaking out. But see, what you're doing is if you're pre-cleansing with this, you're taking all the oil gunk off of the face. So then when you go into the cleanser is really just cleaning. This is a really great step. Now, if you don't like PCA, there's more oil. One of my personal other favorites is I have 2 packets of these because I save them for anyone who comes over to my house. But these are 2 packets of Dermalogica. They are the pre-cleanse. So it's the same premise as this oil. It's a pre-cleanse. It's to get everything accumulated off of your face in one go. And that way, when you're cleansing, you can really just focus on cleansing rather than having to fight through all of that gunk. Does that make sense? So in turn, when you use those together, you can get really great results. Does everybody need an oil cleanser? If you're dry, probably not necessarily. However, again, just find out your skin. I'd love to do another video where I actually kind of get into different skin types and different reactions, Fitzpatrick's, that kind of thing. Talk about rosacea, psoriasis, that kind of thing. I'm literally boring myself. Okay, so oil, wash, cleanse, microfoliant, BT Sonic, something. Making sure you're getting the hairline, you're getting in between your nose, you're getting everywhere, all those pores. Make sure you're addressing everywhere. My aesthetics teacher always told me if you didn't think you got it, you definitely didn't. So just kind of keep that in mind. So come out of the shower, and that's all done. I'm cleansed, face is clean, right? Okay. I want to give you a couple of tips. Now, I'm going to stress, these were a gift. These were a Halloween gift that I have just been trying out. The Clean Skin Club. I'm not gonna lie, kind of had my reservations about this. Typically body towels, they harbor bacteria. They've been on the floor, they've been in our hamper, they've been walked over, they've been, scrubbed in intimate places, they've been, they're just generally harboring bacteria and fibers. That's kind of the thing. So Clean Skin Club is the whole point of when you come out of the shower, you have just a clean little tissue to put all over your face. It has a little bit of grit to it, so I kind of like the way that it feels like I'm getting a little bit more exfoliation, but really gentle. And again, when it comes to getting out of the shower, do not rub your skin, please. Do not take a towel and rub. Oh, it breaks my heart every time. Pat. Be real gentle. Remember that when it comes to your skin, any unnecessary pulling, tugging is just going to create premature lines. So be gentle. It is an organ. So just press all over. Get the neck, go up, get the chest, get behind here, get the ears, make sure everything is clean. But I do love these. I've gone through half the box, I think, because I have been using these recently. Now, you're gonna be like, Elena, I can't afford that. I can't afford any of this. I hear you. The reason I was a little bit hesitant about these was because I was like, there's laundry sanitizer, right? You may be asking me, Elena, I can't afford that. I can't afford any of this, let alone Clean Skin Club towels that are really expensive. I understand. So what I've been using prior have been these. These are just little reusable. I like reusable. I'm super, okay, side tangent. When it comes to aesthetics, it's very easy to be wasteful. I try to be very mindful of the amount of waste that I'm going through and using, and so if I can choose reusable, I'm going to choose reusable. And that's just me. That's just what's personally helped my skin. But I have these little reusable bamboo pads, which are really nice. They're just kind of warped because I recently washed them. But these are super soft. Bamboo is so soft on the skin, on the hair. I have bamboo sheets. It's so worth investing in bamboo, in my opinion. They're starting to make everything bamboo now, like bamboo cotton swabs and bamboo toilet paper and bamboo like paper towels, and it's really cool because like if we don't have to be using trees, I don't want to have to be using trees, you know. They do way too much for us already. So I use these. What now? Well, then I throw them in the wash, and then I use laundry sanitizer. So my mom turned me onto this, like especially during COVID, but it's Clorox, I'm pretty sure. But it's just a laundry sanitizer. Put all my towels, all my face pads in there. I let it soak, let it wash with the sanitizer. Then I put them in the dryer, let them tumble. And then when I take them out when they're dry, I swear that they feel cleaner. I swear. Could be a placebo, could just be, you know, me wanting it to be real. But I really do, I mean it. Like I have never had a problem with laundry sanitizer, and I feel like it's a really great way to keep your towels clean and sanitary and still being able to use on the face without having to use something like this. Now, that being said, when it comes to the towels, if you're going to use a fresh towel on your body after you get out of the shower, my best advice is dry your face first, dry your neck, dry your décolleté, dry behind you. Again, get everywhere up here first, then move on to the arms. And again, pat, don't rub, just pat, 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 a little bit everywhere. Less is more, you know. The more gentle we are to the skin, the more it's gonna thank you. So I say if you can't afford Clean Skin Club towels, my personal esty secret is laundry sanitizer. If you have face towels, throw them in with that, wash them properly, take them out, and every time I've used them on my face, I've felt confident about it. But yeah, so that's just me. Yeah, get out of the shower, all clean, exfoliated, nice and dry, nice and clean from our clean sanitized bamboo pads or our clean sanitized towels, Skin Club, whatever have you. You just never want to use a used towel back on your face. Big no-no. Big no-no. Again, devil in details. So, when I get out, toner is something that not necessarily everyone is gonna need. I wouldn't even say I necessarily need it. I've just been using it because I have it, and I'd rather have it than not use it. I'd rather have it and use it than not have it and not use it. But this is a really nice, this is from Dermalogica Pro Multi-Active Toner. It hydrates, refreshes skin, helps condition the skin, prepare for proper moisture absorption. So this is just kind of leveling out your pH balance within your skin. It says it helps condition the skin and prepare for proper moisture absorption, which is awesome because typically you're going to use this in a facial. Typically, if you're going to use toner like this, it's going to be done in a facial. A lot of the times, like I said, everyone is just dehydrated, right? So everyone in their skin is dehydrated. 90% of us, 95% of us have dehydrated skin. It's just the way it is. So basically when you're using any products with hyaluronic acid, any sort of humectant that's gonna pull water back into the skin, this is just basically prepping and making sure that your skin is getting the most benefit out of the products that we're gonna be using. So, to toner. Now you're like, okay, where do I go from here? Well, so this is what I kind of do when I'm like doing my skincare regimen / monthly facial, right? So once again, you're with me in the shower, done everything. We've done a little bit of toner. We've prepped our skin, sprayed everywhere back here. Just really saturate, wipe with a clean bamboo pad, get it everywhere. And then typically the next step in the facial is just going to be extractions. So I have, and I've had this for a while too, but this is my facial steamer, Vanity Planet. And she's awesome. She's a little water tank. It's right back here. Fill her up, flip her back over. Just please make sure you're using distilled water. Otherwise, minerals in the water can basically fuck it up and ruin it. So just make sure that you're cleaning it. If you are using non-distilled water, make sure you're just using like vinegar to help clean it, help break down those minerals. But this is what I use. You basically just press the button. In a couple minutes it heats up, gives you about 15 minutes of steam time. So, steam enhances the effect of these. So these you won't find on Target, you won't find, I don't think anywhere really, if you're not a professional. If you're not a licensed esthetician, you will not have access to these products. That's okay. I'm just gonna tell you about them and what they do. So if you ever do get a facial and you see these, you can kind of be like, oh, I know exactly what that's doing. So we have the multi-active scaling gel right here. So what you do is you basically, when you're getting prepped, you want your pores to, people say relax, I say soften. You want your skin to just kind of soften up with the warm steam that's coming. When you start basically having all the steam around your face, you take a little pump of this and you're gonna put it everywhere where you have congestion. Everywhere where you have congestion, on your nose, in your pores, on your chin, on your forehead, anywhere that you're having congestion. Don't use the whole face. That can be a bit overboard, but only when you're like really having congestion. Now, this is basically just softening those pores. So when we go in to do our extractions, I'm just gonna take this off. There we go. Sorry, it was giving me a headache. Multi-active scaling gel. So this is basically just going to soften the pores. It makes extractions easier because those pores are softer. So if you were to just go in with extractions, barefaced, like me, right the fuck now, my chances of redness are like way higher. My chances of, you know, bursting something or just causing unnecessary damage is way higher because my pores are stiff, they're dry, they're you know, my skin is not as pliable right now than if it were steaming. So multi-active scaling gel helps relax those pores, makes extractions easier, makes them far more comfortable, helps the gunk just kind of get out of the pore easier, and no one likes pain during extractions, so that's kind of a benefit. So let's say you're in the fucking treatment room, you're getting your facial done, they did this, now we've done your extractions. I don't know where I put my kit, so I think I'm just gonna go without it. Again, I brought this up earlier, but I'm one of those people that I think sometimes extractions can do more harm than good. So only, at least for me as a professional, I don't do extractions unless I feel like something could use draining. Unless I feel like there is some sort of pustule that I can just kind of quickly drain for you, help, you know, soften it and let the bacteria out. That's kind of what I do. When it comes to like blackheads and stuff like that, you can do them. Just realize that you can do damage. And sometimes, I mean, we are at this point where hydrofacials are extremely popular now. They're like the leading esthetician treatment right now. And it's just, hydrofacial is amazing for clearing out pores. If you want me to make a video about HydraFacial, I'd be happy to make that for you. Because I am also certified with HydraFacial. I've done my training, I've been certified on the machines. I love to nerd out about it. Like, just let me know. Okay, so let's say we're in the treatment room together. I'm giving you a facial. I've been having you steaming for 10 minutes. I've had this resting on your pores while you're steaming. We've done your extractions. We've turned off the steam. Now we remove this and we follow up with this, which is the post-extraction solution. So this is kind of like an antiseptic. So again, when you're doing extractions, you're taking gunk out of the pore that was originally residing there. So you need an antiseptic to just kind of sit in those pores to make sure, you know, they don't have any bacteria in them. It kind of helps just tell the pore, okay, like, we've done everything we need, now we're gonna have you shrink. So this is just kind of a solution. You have sit on it, and it just kind of helps, reconstruct that pore, helps it confine. So that's what that does. We've done your facial so far. We've done prep, cleanse, exfoliation, extractions. We're like 4 of the 7 steps, basically. So now, typically, is when we do a facial massage. So facial massage is really benefit for, again, lymphatic drainage, helping depuff, helping just move fluid in the skin. So a really popular maneuver is like kind of dragging underneath here. This is the balm that I got from my boss, which is amazing. It's On Balm, a Radiant Hydra Balm. So this is just a hydration balm that's really, really nice. It's a really great, it's a really great consistency, but little bit goes a long way. Take it, warm it up, and you want to make sure that it's like warm it up in your hands. Apply to the face, and that's when we do our massage techniques. And again, unless you've like gone to aesthetics, unless you know like all 4 types of massage, try not to do it. Again, sometimes you can just make things worse. So only make sure that you have someone who knows what they're doing, massaging your face. Nothing really wrong can come from massage, but it's just one of those things that you want to make sure you're doing it properly. That's just me though. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it properly. That's just me. So it's really popular to do the neck, lymph nodes right here, right across the collarbone and the décolleté. You have lymph node, like lymph veins here, and here, and here. And so you're just gonna spend time basically just moving fluid in the face, stimulating blood in those areas, because like we said earlier, blood carries nutrients. So the more blood that you're bringing to the brink of your skin, the stronger it's going to become. So massage is always a really good thing. Never do it too hard. Never do it too hard. Like I said, do research, learn proper techniques. But yeah, so that would be our next step in the treatment, is some sort of massage. Typically that's gonna be like 10 to 15 minutes, depending on what kind of facial. But, so we have the balm. So now, the next part we're gonna do is the masking. So, a couple of different masks that I have. Again, I'm just a little all over the place, so please bear with me. So this one is a Dermalogica. Again, I just tend to have this for any guests that stay here, but it's the Melting Moisture Mask. This is really, really nice for hydration. It really just adds such a dewiness back into the skin. But I also have a Skin Better Detoxifying Scrub Mask. I have the Multivitamin Power Recovery Mask by Dermalogica, and then I have the Revitalizing Mask by PCA Therapeutic. So these are my go-to masks all the time. So I'm just gonna start with Skin Better. Skin Better, this product is incredible. It's really good for just, again, helping strip the skin, helping remove everything off of the skin. It has that grainy texture. So if you're in the shower, or like if you're exfoliating, if you don't have microfoliant, if you are just needing to exfoliate but don't really have a scrub, this can be used in place of your exfoliation. It's gentle enough to where you can use it 3 to 4 times a week. You'll just put a little bit on your hands, literally rub it in, let it sit. Again, it's a physical and chemical exfoliation, so give it time to do its thing. But this is also utilized as a mask, so you can either use it in shower, just kind of in passing, or you can give it like a full 15-minute all over the face, all over the neck, décolleté treatment. I try to do it where it's like every other Friday. I do my hair mask, and I do my face mask, and I do all of my skin treatments like shaving, lotion, dry brush, everything. I just do top to bottom pretty much. But this is really, really great. I am almost out of this, but I'm gonna go get more whenever I can. And then I also have the Multivitamin Power Mask by Dermalogica. This stuff is really, really great. This is for, again, more mature people who have fine lines, just need a little extra plumpness to the skin, a little more radiance, a little more vitamin E, a little more vitamin C, vitamin A. Just really help to revitalize your skin, bring back the health, and bring back the nutrients that your skin benefits from. This just really does help kind of keep me young. It says, ultra replenishing mask helps stress-reduced aging skin. Yeah, lackluster, photo-damaged, skin aging, dry, dehydrated. This is like, if I have a Friday night, this is like what I use on my face. Helps keep me clear. And then I also have the Revitalizing Mask by PCA. I honestly use this whenever I can. I don't use it as much. I find this one to have a little more sting to it. I just think it's the revitalizing aspects of it, but this even says leave on 2 to 5 minutes depending on sensitivity. You don't only put this on for a couple of minutes. I found that I don't reach for this one quite as often because it does I do feel a little sensitized during using it. It is pretty strong, but then again, it is just to be used in like a 2 to 5 minute window period. Do not leave this on the skin for anything past that. You can cause damage. So it's stingly, it works, it's revitalizing, but always make sure that you're following and reading the instructions. There are reasons to why we have time limits on these things. Okay, so we basically come pretty far into a facial right about now. So after we do the masking is basically when we start doing like either an LED light of red, blue, light blue, purple, green, white, whatever. All these different LED lights have different wavelengths, right? So different lights are going to be used for different treatments, different modalities, basically. So we have blue, which is like antibacterial. We have red, which reduces inflammation and just kind of helps soothe, even out skin tone. We have purple, we have green, we have white, we have like a whole bunch of different colors with the ability to do a lot of different things because of the specific wavelength in the light. We're at that point where we're coming to the end of the facial. I know I keep saying that, but we're getting to the point where we're coming to the end of the facial. Again, this is all stuff that I do literally in my own bathroom. It's stuff that you can implement into your own bathroom. But this is just things that I do that help me in my skincare journey. So now that we've treated, we've corrected whatever we're trying to correct with the mask. It can either be vitamin C for hyperpigmentation, it could be hyaluronic acid for hydration, it could be oat for really sensitive skin. Like it just depends on what we're trying to treat, right? So the mask is supposed to be your corrective step. Now, everything that we've taken off of the skin, we're gonna wanna put back onto the skin, because we're trying to take everything bad out of the skin and put a whole lot of good into the skin. So there has to be, like, depending on how anal you are about it and what products you're using can give you a different type of result. Hi, it's me again. I really wasn't kidding when I was saying that mostly home care is what's going to get you that most transformative result. 80% of the result that you're going to get comes from home care. And honestly, when I say clients, it's only for about 20% of like in-office treatments compared to at-home work. So just know that it's a skincare journey. Be patient with yourself. But yeah, so it's mostly home care that matters. Products is you're going to want to go thinnest to thickest. You don't want to put the thick stuff on first and then try to follow up with the thin, because it's not nearly going to get the absorption that it would having the opposite way around. So always remember thinnest to thickest. So, you know, just get familiar with your formulas, get familiar with how they lay. But I have a couple of different things that I want to show you because I love it. I love it. And also one of my bottles is broken, but it's fine. You're just gonna have to get past that. Okay. So, Skin Better. Oh, I've been waiting for this one. So, this right here is the Auto Advanced Defense and Repair Serum. This, I have gone to many Skin Better seminars. I think I've gone to about 3 or 4 now, and this is like their gold standard in vitamin C, antioxidants for the skin, intrinsic, extrinsic aging, and it helps pollution. It fights UVA, UVB rays. It helps fight blue light. It helps basically keep your skin in an optimal performance on a cellular level. Nichols, I want to see this product, what you're claiming for it to do. I want to see it on every single skin type. All 6 Fitzpatrick's. I want to see it on multiple textures. I want to see it on multiple skin types. I just want to see it. Give me all the clinicals. And this is why I live and die by Skin Better, because they have those clinicals. I've seen those side by sides. If I can, I might put some up. But the Auto Advance, this is like a protein shake for your skin. It just is jam-packed with nutrients. I think it's like 19 antioxidants or something like that. Something truly stellar. This is my vitamin C, basically. So this is my vitamin C that I use every single day. You can use it morning and night. I personally just use it in the morning because I have a different night routine. But this is like my vitamin C, my antioxidant to protect the health of my skin. So this is to die for, So, now that we have that, I'll go through my other corrective serums that I have. So, this one, kind of a little worn off, but it's fine. This is the Even Tone Correcting Serum, again, by Skin Better. There's a little twist off top. Now, I'm gonna go on a slight tangent again. I know I've gone on many, but we're just gonna keep rolling with it. One of the reasons that I personally love and stick by Skin Better so much is because often we don't tend to realize this. And I mean, how could you, right? But if you are one of those people, I have been too, let me just get into it. If you're one of those people that uses like the ordinary droppers on the skin, so that serum, when you put it on the skin, is getting exposed to air. So it's oxidizing. So when it comes to Skin Better, they have this little twist off technology because it's keeping air out of the product. So your product isn't going bad. It's not oxidizing in the air. So that's just a little something that like people wouldn't think make a difference, but it does make a difference. And I just have to give them recognition for thinking of this. It's truly phenomenal. But this is the Even Tone Correcting Serum. So this is part of their Bright line. It's like BRYT, so it's brown, reds, yellow tones. So that's everything that this addresses. It addresses reds, browns, yellows, any discoloration in the skin. This is going to be there for you. I just basically use this for my evening of my skin every single night. It is fantastic when used in conjunction with Skin Better's Alpha Ret Overnight Cream. They are like an iconic power duo. And also, the Alto with the Overnight Night Cream also makes a fantastic pair. So, this one, we're all gonna laugh at together. This is my trio. This is my moisturizer. As you can see, there's like only a little bit left. This is what, this looks like out of the bottle. I dropped it and it ended up breaking. But it still has the pump, so it's not exposed to any oxygen, which is really nice. So the product is staying nice and fresh. But this is the trio. It's really such a nice, lightweight moisturizer. I will never be without it anymore. It literally melts into the skin. It's just so soft. It doesn't leave me feeling greasy. If anything, I put it on and I feel like my skin absorbs it and I can just move on with my day and I don't even have to think about it, which is awesome. Because I'm one of those people that's like textures. Some textures gross me out and like I don't like, but this I truly do love. Now, this is a different brand. This is the Elevai. This is the Infinity Exosome Regenerative Serum Daily Repair. I was given a bottle of this when I was doing So when it comes to microneedling, you can add on exosomes, which basically have a similar effect of PRP, but exosomes they're basically roided out to the max on skin health, right? So it's really nice to do exosomes. So basically, when I did a training on exosomes, we all got a free bottle. I've been using this. At first, I didn't know how to feel about it. I ended up loving it. I was told that Kim K uses this one. Again, I just kind of more took that as a sign to be skeptical, cautious, and I hadn't really even heard of this brand, but this is basically a exosome serum that has stem cells in it. So anyone who's familiar with stem cells, basically stem cells are just blank cells that copy the DNA of the cells around them. So you're really getting intense healing. Any sort of thing that your skin needs corrected, this can correct. It's truly phenomenal. So no matter what your skin needs or what you think your skin needs, this just kind of goes there and provides it for you. So this is phenomenal for, again, they have exosomes that you can use during microneedling that are really phenomenal. You can use this in tandem, really phenomenal results. I was really skeptical. I ended up becoming a huge lover of this. Okay, back to Skin Better. So, in addition to the trio, this is my daily moisturizer. You wouldn't be able to tell, but it is. This is the Alpha Ret Clearing Serum. So this is my nightly wear. This is what I use every single night. This is for normal to oily skin. You use this only in the PM. You do not use this during the day. Again, it's sensitizing. But here's a whole thing about Skin Better, which I really love. This is the Alpha Ret Clearing Serum. Alpha Ret is basically an advanced molecule that Skin Better had created. So when it comes to vitamin A topicals, such as like retinoids, retinols, that kind of thing, a lot of the times tretinoin, a lot of the times they're extremely potent, and because of that, they're extremely irritating. So while you're getting really good benefits from it, your skin gets dry, gets thin, gets more susceptible to damage. And tretinoin really does thin out the skin, but that's for like retinols, right? So this is the Alpha Ret. So this is a different formulation. It has basically the potency of a tretinoin, like over-the-counter topical. So super, super potent as far as like helping anti-aging, clearing skin, this, that, and the other. But because it's a different molecule and because it's formulated differently, you won't have the irritation that comes along with said tretinoin. You're basically able to take a medical grade product, reformulate it into a way to where you're still getting the benefits of that tretinoin. You're still getting the potency, but without the irritation, which is crazy. It's crazy that we can do that now, but it's like, again, all of these have been I've seen the clinicals, I've seen these work. This is my nightly wear. This is the clearing serum. You can either use this or the Alpha-Ret overnight cream. Personally, if I had it, I would swap between them. On days where I feel like I'm a little more oily and broken out, I follow it with clearing serum. On nights where I just kind of want to maintain my skin health, I just do the Alpha-Ret overnight cream. But this keeps me clear. This has cleaned up my skin and it has kept me clear. So trust me on this. Okay, we're almost done. Guys, look at us, we're almost done. Okay, so a couple more products I want to show you. And again, you'll have to excuse all of my trash. So this is the Interfuse Treatment Cream Face and Neck. I got this at one of the seminars. I was able to try it. I put it, again, all over my face and neck. It's just one of those things that you do. AM and PM. This is basically their Interfuse technology. So Interfuse, when we were kind of talking about the formulaic, when we were talking about different products and their formulations, basically, a quick rule of thumb is, I'll give you an example. Elastin, hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is really, really great for, it's a humectant. It pulls water into the skin. It's really great for helping keep skin hydrated. Hyaluronic acid on a molecular level is too thick to properly be absorbed into the skin. So these molecules more lay topically on top of the skin than getting in between each cell channel and to the dermis. Now, the Interfuse does exactly that. You put it on your skin, you basically warm it up, apply it, but it's going through all of those micro channels in your skin and it's delivering benefits right past your epidermis to your dermis. This really great for fine lines. Anyone who's a little bit more mature, starting to see a little bit more of like lines on your neck, even on your face. You can use this on crow's feet and smile lines, nasolabial folds, literally whatever. I love this. I love this. I haven't had any Botox in the last 9 months, God. So I like have a whole lot of movement, but even with my movement, it doesn't look like my lines are still pretty faded, right? So that's this. Now, eye skin. It's just like your neck skin. It's a lot thinner. You're gonna have to be more gentle. That's just is how it is. So I have the Interfuse, again, same premise, same line. It's the Interfuse technology, which means it's really, really absorbent, really does attack the problem at the source. So you take this is for the eye, it's the eye treatment. You take a rice grain amount on the fingers, warm it up, and then apply, dot, and swirl in. Be gentle, do not rub. Any excess rubbing is going to be the opposite effect of what we want. Just be real gentle. Pretend as if your face was like your best friend's face, or like, you know, someone who you're practicing on. Just be gentle, use a gentle hand, it goes a long way. So yeah, just literally apply. You don't need a whole lot. This Interfuse eye cream can be used both in the morning and at night. So that makes it different from this. This is the IMAX. This is the Alpha-Ret Overnight Cream IMAX. So this is, we talked about the overnight cream, the Alpha-Ret line. That's only gonna be your at night line. Anytime you have an Alpha-Ret It's going to be used at night. It will not be used in the morning, and that's because it has a retinol-like formulation without the sensitivity, but still, do not go out into the sun. Do not exacerbate any problems. So this is the iMax. This was only used at night. This is really good for discoloration. This is really good for fine lines. So sometimes what I'll literally do is I'll just use this in the morning and I'll follow up with my iMax. So this just has it's a little bit richer of a formulation. So it's a little bit thicker on the eye, but it really just adds hydration, again, helps discoloration, puffiness, crepiness, anything like that. So the iMax, anything alpha ret will be used at nighttime. So just keep that in mind. Okay, we're almost done, guys. So a couple of my last favorite products I am gonna show you. This is the Hydrinity Hyacinth Active Purifying Mist. This, I want to see if I can get this. Do you see how fine this mist is? This is an incredible product. You won't be able to find it in this size. This is only for professionals only, but that Hydrinity spray is so good on just helping keep your skin barrier, your outermost skin barrier, plump, hydrated, resilient. It literally does help hydration on like a microbiome level. So it really is beneficial. It's one of those things that I'll just spray my entire face, kind of like drench my face in it, and then I'll just wait, and it feels like almost as if it's occluding my skin, but in a hydrating way. And I love that. I will never be able to live without that product ever again. Okay, so finishing up. So this is the Elastin Regenerating Skin Nectar with Trihex technology. This is my product that I don't ever really use unless I've gotten a treatment done. So if I have gotten Morpheus, for instance, if I've gotten Morpheus 8 done, following up with this, it's a really good soothing alternative. It's silicone based, so it more lays on the skin. After microneedling, after Morpheus, after just any intense skin treatment, this can go on really, really nicely. Again, this is just a skin nectar. It basically just helps calm the skin. I love using this after any microneedling treatment. Of course, using all the post-care you're supposed to use with your microneedling. But in addition, this is just really nice if you are someone who gets really, really red, really sensitive, really reactive. This is gonna be for you. Okay, let's finish up. So, sunscreen. SPF is our BFF. Please say it with me. SPF is our BFF. We never wanna leave without her. She's incredible. She keeps us young. The sun is deadly. Anyways, so this is what I love to use. This is Sun Better Advanced Mineral This one is Sun Better Advanced Mineral Protection, SPF 75, Tone Smart, water resistant 80 minutes, and it is mineral based. This, I want to show you this. This is a tinted high SPF sunscreen that leaves a foundation-like finish. And what I want to do is I want to show you exactly what I mean. So actually, before we do this, before I get all up into this, I'm gonna go over this. It's way all over the place. I'm so sorry. You're just gonna have to like deal with my sporadicness. Antibacterial spray, hand sanitizer. Anytime you are touching something, this is like in aesthetic school, you are a chronic sanitizer. When I am doing my whole skincare routine, if I wash my hands, I dry them off, I follow it up with hand sanitizer before I put any sort of product on my face. If I go and I touch my phone to change the music, I go wash my hands, reapply hand sanitizer, and then I continue on with my routine. Devil is in the details. When you care about stuff like that on you're literally not leaving any room for bacteria to be put back onto your face. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. When you think you might need it, you need it. That's how it works. When you think you need it, you need it. Just side tangent, but I went to a Winco the other day, and I always wipe down the cart, right? Where I bring my own hand sanitizer to use like as soon as I get out of the store, and I can just, touch up my sanitizer and I can feel clean. I was walking into the store. I saw a man pushing a cart. He stopped, put his entire left hand down his ass, did like 3 full scratches, and then put his hand on the cart and kept pushing it. And I was like, ah! So, your phones are dirty, toilets are dirty, hand knobs are dirty. Anything that has not been sanitized is considered dirty. So just make sure. If you are touching a product and you want to move and grab a tool, after you use that tool, sanitize. Do it again, and then continue on with your routine. It's stuff like that. It sounds stupid, but it matters. Okay, so, since my hands are clean, I want to show you guys this. Get in between the fingers, press it onto the nails. I don't really need to explain hand sanitizer, but some people out there might need it. So, taking this pump, so you need about that much. Now the key with this, just like any skin better product, is warming it up in your fingertips. And I just want to show you. I might just do one side of my face, but let's do, yeah. And then you just want to be real light, put it down the nose, bring it as close as you can to your eye without hitting it in your eye. Again, eye skin is thinner, so make sure you're putting on your SPF, but just look how that blends. Isn't that crazy? So now, this side of my face is all shiny, and it looks like I have foundation on, but it's just sunscreen. They also have this where it's non-tinted, so if you don't want any tint, you don't have to have tint in it. But I just really wanted to show you that, like, isn't that crazy? And it's 75 SPF. Now, the secret when it comes to SPF is the less you manipulate it, the better. When it comes to Skin Better, you have to warm it up. So, warm it up, apply it, and then just like I said, a light hand, a gentle hand goes a long way. Just gently brush it in. I'm actually gonna do the other side, so I'm just matching. And also, I'm not doing it for the sake of saving product, but make sure that you do your neck and your décolleté. Just a light hand. Less is more. Okay. So yeah. See, and another thing, your fingertips have oil. So every time you're touching your face, you're putting oil back onto your face. So just be sure, if you're gonna be touching your face, your hands are clean. I just cannot stress that enough. And again, I'm gonna stress it until the day I die. Less is more. Okay, great. So, that's a great SPF. I love this. Now, if you're like, Elena, I don't really like SPF. That one might feel too sticky for me, or I don't like the consistency of that one. That's also fine. This is one of my other favorites. This is by PCA Skin. The Skin Cancer Foundation has approved it for daily use. It's literally approved by the Skin Cancer Foundation. This is the Hydrator Plus Broad Spectrum SPF 30. It's a hydrating SPF. This is really, really nice. So I do a similar thing. You just put a little bit on. I like to rub it in, and you can't even see it. Just looks like I have a little bit of balm on my hands. But that's the SPF. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you this SPF on the back of my hand. I'm just gonna use a tiny, tiny bit. Again, the less you manipulate it, the more protective it is. But we're just gonna, and just see how it vanishes. This just feels like another moisturizer, but it has SPF in it, and it just feels like another moisturizer. It's a beautiful foundation. Not a beautiful foundation. It's a beautiful formulation. This I have used on, you can use either of these actually on post-treatment, microneedling, Morpheus, facials, hydrofacials, you name it. You can use these right after treatment. So now that we are starting to come to a close, I still have a couple of additional products that I want to show you, or just my routine and what I personally do. So I have all of these. Over consumer much, I know. But I have, I found this on, I think Amazon. It's the lip liner stay in. This is what I use just to add some tint to my lips every single night. I also have my brow and my grande repair. So this is just my grande lash repair. I've had this literally forever. This is really good for just same thing. When I'm doing my routine of doing like my face mask and my hair mask and my body and my shaving and my dry brush and my lotion, I also follow up with conditioning eyelash serum. So this is just to help keep them strong, keep them growing, keep them from breaking, that kind of thing. And then I also have my grande brow, which it puts a serum back there. It encourages growth. I'm one of those girls, I like a bushy brow. That's just me. Sometimes I like more of like a dramatic brow, but for the most part, I like just a simple, natural bushy brow. So that's what I use for my eyes at night. And then I have my lip products. So this is Skin Medica. I've used a couple of different hyaluronic acid based lip products. This is one that I don't mind that much. Is it my favorite? No. Is it awful? No. It's actually pretty great, but it's not my favorite. And again, you'll find your favorite throughout trial and error. This is just a hyaluronic acid. It's a 2-step. So the first step is to plump. The second step has the hyaluronic acid. So it kind of lays on your lips, adding hydration. It can give you a dramatic result as if like, it kind of looks like you got filler after you use these. And that's just because there's 5 different strands of hyaluronic acid in here. There's 5 different formulations. So you're really getting that hydration. Now, when I'm going to bed, if I'm just like going to bed overnight and I need kind of a thicker mask, I just use the Laneige lip sleeping mask. So this is what I use every single night. Gotta keep your pout looking pouty, you know? Now, my favorite product, and I'm not even kidding you, my favorite product. I had not heard of this until my boss got this for me for Halloween. She got it for our entire team. It's the Anfisa Skin and Gloss Ceramide Lip Treatment. This is so soft. It is so buttery. It is so good. Like, it smells like vanilla. It goes on so nicely. And this cool tip that it has is actually cooling the skin and helping press the product into it. So not only are you soothing your lips, but you're also really pushing that product back in. And it's literally my favorite product. I reach for it multiple times a day. I'm not the only one in my salon to do that either. So I've been filming for over 2 hours. If you have made it to this point, thank you so very much. I appreciate you doing that. I hope I provided some insight for you, and I hope I kind of helped break some stigmas for you. I hope I helped enlighten you on skincare needs. I've been a medical esthetician for about 3 years now. I'm 25. I'm not planning on leaving this industry anytime soon, so I want to make sure that we're all successful in just having the best clear skin, because as someone who has had their skin destroyed by chemical burns, let me just say it shook my confidence, and I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to do anything. So I really wanted to make sure that when I went to aesthetic school that I learned everything that I possibly could to make sure that no one feels alone. Like, because it's scary. No one wants to go out into the world when they are feeling insecure, and especially about their skin. Even if it's your smile, we all have something, you know? So I hope I provided some insight. But yeah, I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much for just sitting and hearing me ramble. If you liked this video, if you wouldn't mind taking a second to like the video, that'd be amazing. It helps me out more than you realize. Also subscribe if you want to see any more of this. I'd be happy to go over hydrofacials, biotherapeutic tools, anything you guys really want to know, as like a girl who previously God, I don't know why I'm even bringing this up, but you know, especially when I was younger, as a young girl, I was extremely insecure about my weight and my face and my body. And when I started getting into aesthetics, it helped my confidence. It brought my glow back. It helped me. And I know that if it can help me, it can help you. So again, thank you for being here. If you have any questions, comments, let them down in the there. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Again, if you're still here, yo, thank you. Okay. So